Hi, grade 2. Hope you're all well. Today we were supposed to complete the reading worksheet. Okay, so let's start doing it together. So here we have 8 vocabulary words as we mentioned. The first word is trade. Trade means to give someone something and take something else from that person. So here trade, we don't use money. Okay, for example, if you got a new pencil and I got a new eraser, and I tell you, can I trade your pencil for my eraser, and then we switch or swap, then we did a trade. Okay, number 2, stairs. Stare is a verb. Okay, the word stare means to look at something for a very long time. So stairs here is, we added s because that person is singular. Okay, so stare here is a verb, means to look at someone or something for a long time. Relationship. Relationship means to have a connection with someone, to know someone and to care about them. Okay, number 4, different. Different is very easy. Different means not the same. Something that is not the same. Glance. Glance means to look at something quickly and to turn around. You can take a glance at the clock. You can take a glance inside the classroom to look at something really quick. Friendship. To have a relationship as a friend. Okay? So friendship is to have a relationship with someone as a friend. Proper. The right way or the correct way. Decide. Decide means to make up your mind about something or to choose to do something. Okay? I hope they're all easy for you and you can complete this worksheet. Let's try doing it together. The little girl blank at all the fish in the tank. The little girl blank at all the fish in the tank. She looks at them for a long time with her eyes wide open. So here the little girl is looking at the fish in the tank for a long time and her eyes are wide open. Which word can we use to mean that she looks at something for a long time and her eyes are wide open? Okay, the word would be stares. The little girl stares at the fish in the tank. Stares. Why? Because stares means to look at something for a very long time. Number 2, the balls are not the same. Not the same means they are different. All right. Okay, number 3, I blank to stay at home and read a book because it was cold outside. I blank to stay home and read a book because it was cold outside. Okay, so we're done with, okay, we have trade, means to exchange something for something else. Glance, to look quickly. Stares, we already said, okay, no. Friendship, to be a friend, no. Relationship, to have a connection, no. Proper, no. Different, we already finished that. Decide, decide. I decide to stay home and read a book because it was cold. I chose, or I made up my mind to stay home and read a book because it was cold outside. Okay? Decide. Where is decide? Decide. All right. Number 4. The teacher takes a blank out of the window to see where the noise is coming from. The teacher takes a blank out of the window to see where the noise is coming from. Okay, so when the teacher hears a noise and she wants to know where the sound is coming from, what would she do? She would take a glance. Okay, she would take a quick look out of the window to see where that noise is coming from. Okay, number 5. People can have a connection with their pets. They can form a strong blank with them. Remember, connection is to start to know someone or something and to care about, to have feelings for. That means they start to have a relationship. hope you guys are getting your answers correctly. Okay. I want you guys also, when you read the sentences, to read it more than one time. Okay? Because I've noticed some of you have been reading for a while. I want you to read the sentences and try to understand it yourself. Okay? Number 6. My students behave in a blank way in class. They behave in the correct way. My students behave in a blank way in class. They behave in the correct way. Correct means the right way. What word here means correct or right? Proper. My students behave in the proper way. Alright, number 7. I want to blank my blue pencil for a green pencil with my friend. I want to my blue pencil for a green pencil with my friend. I have a blue pencil and I want the green one. What will I do with my friend? I will trade. Alright. Number 8. Andy and Wes are good friends. They have a good, remember, when you see the word friends, they have a good friendship. Okay? Wes and Andy are good friends. They have a good friendship. This book was written blank Ezra Jones. This book was written, remember? By. Very good. That means she was the author. Okay, remember we can use the word by in two ways. Either someone who did something or someone to pass by. Khadija is a... I'm sorry, I didn't read the words in the box. Okay, these are some of our high frequency words that we should know how to read by now. Boy, girl, by, he, and here. Boy, girl, by, here, he, and here. Okay? So the first one we said that this book was written by Ezra Jones. Khadija is a sweet girl. Because Khadija is a female. And she's a young female. So she's a girl. Stand blank and wait till I come back. Okay, stand boy, stand he, or stand here. Because we already used girl and by. So stand here. All right. Number 4. Mr. Osama is our principal. Blank is the leader of our school. Mr. Osama is our principal. Blank is the leader of our school. Mr. Osama is a male or a grown boy. So we would use the pronoun he. Okay? He's a man. So he would use the pronoun he. No, I'm sorry. What did I just do? So we will write he for number 4. Okay? Muaz is a blank in grade 2. Muaz is a boy. Okay? In grade 2. Next, we have the other 5 high frequency words. Let's read them. Small, she, want, were, what. Okay? Okay. Number 1. Blank do you want to eat? Question mark here. So there's a question. So small, she, want, were, what. What do you want to eat? Okay, we usually use what when we want to ask a question about something. Number 2. Tom has a blank bird. It's not big. Not big means it's small. Jen likes dogs. Blank has a puppy. Jen is a girl and she likes dog. What can we put here when we talk about girl? She. Okay? But we must write she with a capital S because it's the beginning of a statement. Number 4, they blank at the club yesterday. They blank at the club yesterday. They were. Because were is the verb to be in the past. I blank to be a vet when I grow up. I want to be a vet when I grow up. Okay, here now we're going to go to Norman. Remember, the story is about a boy who got a pet goldfish for his birthday. This is how the story began or started. The boy did not want Norman. He wanted a different pet. What kind of pet did he want? He wanted a pet that had soft fur. He wanted a pet that can run and catch. He wanted or a pet that can climb a tree and run after strings. He wanted a cat or a dog. Okay, he was describing a cat or a dog. And he kept saying that the only thing that his fish can do is swim round and around and around. And to him, that was boring. What else? So one day at school, they had a show and tell. In the show and tell, the teacher asked each student to bring their pet and to talk about it. So he said, I will talk very nicely about Norman. Maybe someone would want to trade Norman, so I could trade Norman for another good pet. But on the day of his show and tell, the boy was just going to start and talk. What happened? One of his classmates' snake got loose. So she said, "Where's my snake?" And everyone started screaming and running, and he couldn't get a chance to talk because they wanted to catch or chase the snake. And then the only one that was listening to him was Norman, his goldfish. Later on, he took the fish to music practice. He took the fish to the music practice because he wanted to take him to the pet shop. While he was playing his tuba, he noticed that the fish was making a sound with his mouth. So he was saying that my fish is singing. Okay. At night, he heard, while he was sleeping in bed, he heard a screeching sound on his window. So he got scared. When he looked at the corner of his eyes, at the side of his eyes, he saw that his pet fish was near him. So he felt that he wasn't alone. So what did he do? He carried the bowl and went to the window. He removed the curtain to see where that sound was where that sound was coming from. He saw that it was just a branch from a tree. Later on, the next day, he went to a pet shop and he looked at all the pets. He thought they were all going to be amazing pets, but they were not Norman. So here, the boy was starting to have a connection or a relationship with his fish. In the beginning, he thought it was boring. Later on, he started noticing that his Norman can make him laugh, or he can that Norman pays attention to him. Well, and when he got scared, he felt that he wasn't alone. So this is how relationships start. Even with an animal, he felt like he had a friend or a companion. At the end of the story, he said he would not trade Norman for any other pet. Okay, so the first question here says, write yes if the following, if you find the following in a fiction story. Remember, the genre of the story is fiction. What's the meaning of fiction? Means the story is not real, and so are the characters. The characters are also not real. What about the events or the things that happen in the story? Are they real? No. Okay, so in a fiction story, the story is not real, and the characters and events are not real. What else do you find in a fiction? It has a beginning, middle, and end. Anything else? Yes, sometimes you feel like the main character in the story is telling us the story. When you'll see words like I, my, me, our. So the main character here is telling us the story. Okay? So number 1, so these are the features of a fiction story. Let's see if we can find the features in a fiction story. Number 1, it is a real story with real characters. Is this found in a fiction story? No. Number 2, it is a made-up story. Yes, a fiction story is a made-up story. It means the story is not real. What about number 3? It has a beginning, middle, and end. Does a fiction story have a beginning, middle, and end? Yes. Alright, so a fiction story is not real. It has a beginning, middle, and end. It has real photos. No. Okay, number 1 in choose. What kind of pet was Norman? Cat, dog, fish, or snake? Fish. Number 2. How did the boy get Norman in the beginning of the story? When the story began, how did the boy get his pet fish? A. It was a gift from his parents for his birthday. B. He traded with his friend. Number 3. The boy wanted Norman bought Norman from a pet shop. How did the boy get Norman? It was a gift from his parents for his birthday. Okay. Number 3. Where was the show and tell? Where was the show and tell? At home, at the pet shop, or at school? At school. Okay, the teacher asked them to bring their pets so they can talk about it. Number 4. What happened when the boy started to talk about Norman the show and tell? What happened when the boy started to talk about Norman the show and tell? A. His classmates listened to the boy. Everyone started running and screaming because the snake got loose. Norman was singing. What happened when the boy started talking? Everyone started running and screaming because the snake got loose. Number 5. They wanted to trade Norman for a puppy with his friend Austin. The boy wanted to trade Norman for a puppy with his friend Austin. What does trade mean? To take something and pay for it, or to take something from someone and give him something in return? Trade means, remember, we don't use money in trade. We give something and take something instead. Okay? Thank you for listening. I hope your answers are correct. See you later.